What is up, guys? Thank you for watching this vlog. And first of all, how is everyone doing? I hope you all doing great. Another week went by, and I hope you guys stayed home and safe with your families during this coronavirus, this hard times. I know it's hard for everybody, but we have to stay home. We have no other choice. Sorry, ignore that. You guys are. So yeah, I mean, the main reason I wanted to do this vlog was because a lot of people had a question. Even when I posted on my Instagram story today, I was like asking any questions. There were a lot of questions that were asked, and the main one was, how did you get the name King? Like, where did you get it from? Like, what made you get that name? Is that your actual real government last name, or is it just something you chose out of nowhere and that you just like, hey, I'm gonna choose King and I'm gonna have it with Saboon? So yeah, Saboon is my first name. It means morning in Pashto, Dari, and Arabic. Uh, King is not my actual last name or my real last name. My real last name is Wafa. It means loyalty or loyal. So yeah, that's my actual last name, but I don't have it anywhere on social media. I mean, I created Facebook in grade 8, which was in 2009, and then after that, I got Instagram second semester of grade 12. So I was kind of late on the Instagram game and in the Facebook game, but I didn't really, like back in the days, I really didn't care about social media. I was more about sports. Like I used to play cricket, soccer, and basketball. Obviously, I was in love with it. That's how I got the name King, was from basketball. Obviously, we all know the only. I mean, everybody calls him King, or people say he's self-proclaimed King, who is LeBron James. So obviously, I was a big fan of LeBron. So my two favorite athletes of all time are obviously David Beckham and Tim Duncan. And then after that, the third one was LeBron James, like hands down. Like I used to watch every game of his. I had his shoes. I remember the black and white one that came out. They had a Nike sign on the strap. It was crazy. Um, what happened was, so I used to watch him, and then I liked him so much. I was like, hey, I'm like, I used to, I remember when I don't know why, maybe it was for fun or something. I used to, like, when I used to chill with my friends and stuff back in the days, I was like, oh, Saboon Prince and stuff. Like, even in my school, nobody really knew my last name, except for my teachers or like some of my friends, because I always was like Saboon Prince or Saboon King and Saboon Prince. Like from like beginning of grade 5 until, like, I remember in grade 5, like my name was shortened down, like from Saboon to Sabo. My grade 5 teacher was like, my home teacher was like, hey, you're how about we call you Sabo? I'm like, or whatever you like, as long as you don't call me something totally different, because I know nowadays, like, some person's name is like, Afghan people, their names are like Dawood, but then they're like, oh, call me David. I'm like, excuse me, but that doesn't match. How does Dawood and David match? It's like saying a Christian and Christine. That doesn't really sound same, and the spelling is different too. So that's how it was for me. Like, my name was the same, as just they were shortened down to Saba. Saba still means morning. But yeah, so that was the story of me, like, watching LeBron so much watching all his vlog. I mean, the vlog, what am I saying? Watching all his games. That's how I got into, like, hey, basketball too, and Tim Duncan and stuff like that. I used to watch Tim Duncan in his first finals when he went in '07. That was the time I watched Tim Duncan. After that, I was his fan. LeBron, I think the same time I used to watch LeBron. I used to watch LeBron before that, but I really didn't like him because my main focus or thing was soccer. Soccer was because obviously in Europe or Asia, soccer is the biggest sport. Even in the world right now, the biggest sport is soccer, and then there's all the other ones like cricket and stuff. Because obviously India plays it, and 1.4 to 1.5 billion people live in India, and if they play it, and then there's English, Swiss, like a lot of different countries that play. So yeah, so that's probably the second biggest sport. But yeah, obviously the first one is soccer. And then after, I used to watch soccer. So David Beckham was the guy. Like, he was my idol since day one. Like, I used to watch him, like, since the early 2000s. And then obviously after that, I used to watch, and so I watched him until his career actually ended. And even, like the Legends game they have, I watched that game too, because I'm such a big fan of his. Anything David Beckham, I'm like the first one on it, watching it every day. So that was the story of me really getting into basketball and stuff. So when I got into basketball, I used to watch him, had LeBron shoes and all that stuff. I remember back in the days, everybody, like, it was Kobe and LeBron. I remember all my friends. One of them, like, I haven't chilled with him probably in 11 years. So I haven't seen him since '09. John, Khaled, like, literally, I remember every time he took a fadeaway, or he just, he hit a jumper. his thing was Kobe. Kobe. Like Kobe, just his he was always a big Kobe fan, and so that's how I got into basketball. I remember like grade five, I was playing basketball. Like the second term of grade five, I started getting like really good in basketball. Like I remember one day, my friends we're all classmates. We were on one side, like we were choosing teams. So the opponent team, like there were a few guys on there. You look, they were trash talking to me and stuff. They're like, "Oh, Saba, let's see if you can hit. Like, don't stand in the 3 point line. Go like a meter or two behind it, and hit it. Let's see if you can hit it." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I went. I think it was like a meter and a half or two behind the 3 point line, and I forgot what it was. There was something there, but I stood on that. It was a metal something that had to do with metal. But I stood on it, and then I hit a 3 pointer. So I hit it. I didn't even think it was gonna go in, but I hit it and it went in. Like it didn't hit no backboard, nothing. It just swish like a bucket. And they just looked at me. I was like, okay, if I hit that, I'm like, from now until end of grade seven, because I knew in grade eight I was gonna come back to my actual my home school, you can call it, because I was not at my actual school where I lived. I had to go to another city to kind of another area. Can't really see a city because it was so Toronto. So I was going from Melbourne to Military Trail. So yeah, I hit it and I won the bet. Like I remember, because my guidance counselor, my teachers told me from the beginning. They're like, hey, this is gonna be a thing. You're gonna go and like end of grade seven. You're gonna go back to your home school. So I was like, okay, that's great, because all my boys, like when I first came to Melbourne, Lucas, Malcolm, Malik. There's so many people. I'm forgetting some names right now. Actually, I'm literally forgetting Daniel. All of us, like we used to chill together. We used to play ball. It was a Nalan, Jared, like all these guys. Like I remember, like we all grew up together, and we used to play. I remember I had a basketball net right in front of our house in Scarborough, and we used to always play after school and stuff. Play in front of our house, and it was literally the best thing ever. And that's why we got even closer. And shout out to all those guys I named right now. I'm knowing them for what now? 15, 16 years, and it's the best friends you could ever ask for. That was the first group I was with, and they were all like Lucas. I would say Lucas is like put Kyrie Irving and Steph Curry together. That's what Lucas is. Malcolm was like put Shaq, put Dwight Howard, and then put the Aaron Gordon from the dunk contest, because he had the hops, he had the skill, and he had the body, so he would do that. Malik, I would say put him as Malik can be Damian Lillard, and then all the other guys, like literally Daniel. I think Daniel was like put Daniel like I would say Steph Curry, and then Russell Westbrook. That's what Daniel was, because he would go in if he wanted to. He would go in for a layup. If he wanted to, he would shoot a three, and he would do it. So that was Daniel, and like literally, it was a sick ball team we had, and it was awesome. And then got into grade 9. I started playing more of cricket. I played 3 years of cricket on the I don't want to say the high school, but I played on the high school team there. So it was great. Every time we made it to the goddamn. Sometimes we made it to the finals, sometimes to the conference finals, and something had to happen. Like probably I'll create a vlog about this too in the future, but not right now. So yeah, so something always happened. Anyways, let's go back to how I got the name King. So yeah, so that's how it happened, basketball and stuff. And then until LeBron went to Miami in 2010, I remember I was in Afghanistan for 3 months. I came back, or I was still there when I heard it. I think I was still there. I was on Facebook. I was texting my friends on Facebook. I was like, Lydia, in Afghanistan for 3 months. I was like, yo guys, I'm getting bored right now. I know I'm only like a weekend, and I still have like 2 months. I have like almost still like 3 months, and I'm bored right now. Like I was texting, like literally I had like I remember my mamas, they worked in customs, obviously, because they both studied finance, so they were working there, and then their headquarters. So I used to go there sometime with them, not always. I think in the 3 months that I was there, I went to them about 3-4 times. That was it. But mostly, like I couldn't do it. But when I went, chat with my friends, came online. I remember I was in. When we were first flying, we were in Ukraine, Kiev. I got on Facebook. They're like, "Okay, is this you?" They were confirming it's me. After that, Lucas was online. I texted Lucas. I'm like, yo, Lucas, what's up, bro? He like, yo, the graduation trip and all this and that because we had the graduation trip. I missed my goddamn grade 8 graduation trip. I'm so mad about that. And it's so weird 10 years in and I'm so mad about that. I wish I had stayed for that and I went like a week later or 2 weeks later because I saw the pictures, I heard the stories from everybody. It was the best trip ever. And we all planned it. I was there in the class when we were all planning it with my teacher and stuff. And we used to talk about it. I was so excited until my parents told me one day. It was like literally 2 weeks before we were going to Afghanistan or a week. They're like, so are you guys excited? They came in like it was a Saturday. My parents, my mom and dad, they came in. They were like, when something is up there, it's something good, not bad. Like they were kind of like, smiling and stuff. And I'm like, so, what happened? Did you guys get us a toy or something? Like, why are you guys smiling? They're like, oh no, we're going to Afghanistan. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're going June 1st is our flight. Excuse me, can you say that again? June 1st. I'm like, okay, cool. Maybe a month or something. We're going to be back for the summer. Yeah, no, we're coming back September 4th of our flight from Afghanistan. So you're telling me I'm going to be in Afghanistan for goddamn 3.5 months, almost 3 months and 4 days, you can say. And I don't know what the hell I'm going to do there because there's no PS1, PS2. There's nothing there. No PSP. I can do nothing. I remember I had one MP3 player. I bought so much batteries here and I took them with me and still didn't last enough batteries. I had to buy some batteries here and I wrecked up my and my MP3 player. And then when I brought it here, it wasn't working anymore. So I had to get like new MP3 player and everything. But yeah, it was crazy. So I went there and then we were texting. And one day I don't know who I was texting. It was Lucas or one of my other friends, Malcolm or Malik and somebody. But yeah, they were like, yeah, LeBron got traded. Oh, no, he didn't get traded. Yeah, he went to South Beach to Miami. I'm like, nah, bro, you guys are lying. They're like, no, he went to South Beach. And I was like, oh, shit. I'm like, that's not cool, though. Like, I thought he was going to stay with Cavaliers forever. Like, like, it's your hometown. If I was ever an NBA player and I got drafted by Raptors, staying with those guys forever, I don't give a shit if they paid me $2 million or $25 million. I would stay with them. So it was bad, and for me the biggest I have few rules or few things in my life. I mean obviously everyone tells me like what do you want in your future wife. The first thing I want is a personality. I don't care how you can be Miss Universe, but if you don't have no personality or no loyalty, it doesn't really matter because looks can go after a while. But that's why my friends are like, oh, a lot of Muslim people or Afghan people have tattoos. Why don't you have it? I'm like, well, first of all, that body we have right now, or whoever has a six-pack or like the nice muscular body, you're not gonna have that forever. Once you hit 50, I would say 50 or over, your body's gonna, we all know what's gonna turn into. And that nice tattoo you have on your arm or on your chest somewhere, nah, yeah, that you look after 25, 30 years, you're like, what the hell was I thinking when I got this? Because then it will not be here, it will be down there. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So that's why I never got tattoos. I don't believe in them, obviously. That's why I'm sad. You're not supposed to have anything that harms your body. So yeah, that was the thing, and I was pretty mad. Like, so yeah, I'm talking about that. So personality, education. Third is looks. So looks is important, but I'm not saying it's a priority for me. It's personality and education, and then. So yeah, that's the thing I want in my future wife. And obviously, so they're like, well, what do you give? I said the same thing. I'm like, hey, well, obviously I'm not looking for my wife. I mean, like, I'm talking about friends or anything, or like, when I'm friends with anybody, or even my cousins. If my cousins don't have loyalty and honesty, I'll literally disown you from my list. Check. Trust me. In the past in the past 5 to 8 months, I've disowned a lot of people from my list, and they're checked off. I don't care about them no more in my life. Like, they have no place. They mean nothing to me, and they know who they are. And so that was the thing. And I got mad. I literally, like, after I went back home, I was mad. Like, literally, I was sitting down. I was like, it was during nighttime. I was sleeping, and I was laying on the bed, and I was just looking at the sky. And I'm just like, what the hell's wrong with you, bro? Why would you go to Miami? Okay, cool. We won a championship with Shaq, but you can win one here. If you win one here, you would be in the conversation of the greatest of all time with Jordan. But he didn't do that. He had to go to Miami to win that ring. And he couldn't even win in the first year. He had to win in the second year because it's here. First, you know what happened? Jason Kidd, Sean Marion, all those guys, they gave it to him. Dirk Nowitzki, he gave it to you, bro. He gave it to you in your face, okay? Like, and he won the Finals MVP. So yeah, that's why after that I was like, yeah, I don't like LeBron. Like, literally until now, I've never watched a single game of LeBron except the Christmas one because it was with the Clippers and obviously Kawhi Leonard. Was it with the Clippers? I think it was. And yeah, and that's the only time I would watch it if it's like a really important game. The Raptors are versing Lakers or Clippers or something else, then I would watch a LeBron game. But specifically Lakers, Lakers are on today. No, I've never watched a LeBron game for him since 2010. It's been 10 years. So yeah, I was really mad. So that was the thing. But yeah, before that, like obviously we all know his middle name or his self-proclaimed name is King. So that's how I got the name. Like I used to watch his games and everything, and I became a really big fan of his. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna get the name King. So I put the name Sabuon King, and it matched great with my name too. Like I was like, okay, that's awesome. So I've had it since I would say grade 7. I had this last name until now, and everybody, even my coworkers, they're like, "Yo, that's not your real last name, is it?" Like, I text people like or people text me on social media and like WhatsApp or Snapchat or Instagram or like TikTok. They're like, "Wait, Canada has a thing." I'm like, "Wait, what do you mean?" They're like, "Wait, we didn't know Canada had a king." I'm like, "I never said I'm king of Canada." And then, well, yeah, I'm king of Afghanistan and king of Laghman because that's where I was born. Laghman, forever. You know what I'm saying? And Afghanistan because that's where I'm born. But obviously, well, the two countries that I have the most love for, Canada, because I grew up here, I live here, and my kids are gonna be born here. They're gonna grow up here. So this is right and die. Afghanistan second. Obviously, I don't live there anymore. I lived there only until I was 4. No, I was what? Yeah, 4 or 5, and then we moved to Pakistan, and then we moved here. So, anyways, there's too much stuff happening. But yeah, so that's how I got the last name, King. And I used to have Prince, and I was like, nah, Prince. I want to be a little bit more. I have confidence. Come on, bro. And I think I'm good at something, and so let me. I call myself like the king of 3-pointers or the king of 3-point shots. That was me. That's why I give the name to myself too, Sabuon King. And literally, people call me, and like even I remember when I was playing with some of our friends in Scarborough before we moved to the place we live in now. Everybody was like, "Yo, bro, you're like Ray Allen. You're like Reggie Miller, bro." Like, they used to call me Ray Allen and Reggie Miller. I didn't call myself Ray Allen. They used to call me. And I was like, okay, cool, but I'm Sabuon King. I'm not Ray Allen. So that was me. Like, I wanted to have my own name, my own dynasty, my own legend. I wanted to be known as the 3-point legend. Not in basketball, but I mean in basketball, but not in NBA. Like, the street legend. That's how I wanted to be known as the 3-pointer. A 3-point legend. So that's how I got myself that last name, and then until now I have it. Like on my social media, you guys know I've never put my real last name since I've had Facebook, and from '09 until even now I have Facebook, and I don't go on it. I go on it sometime if I'm like watching a ball and family or something like that, or I'm talking to my uncles back home. But yeah, mostly I'm on WhatsApp, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok. I really don't deal with. It's too much headache, I would say, and now I'm focused on you guys. So yeah, that was how I got the last name, and I want to give a few more shout outs to Brooks, Sean, Derek, Munit, Jermaine. There's so many last names: Rashid, Zubair, Uzair, Samim. I know I'm gonna forget some guys. I know I'm gonna forget some. Sam. We got Sammy, Faisal, Omar, Farhad Safi. Just make sure I'm saying the correct one. Farhad Safi. That's the one I'm giving a shout out to, and obviously Ahmed, the other Farhad, AOT. I mean, Farhad and Ahmed, I've just known them for like the past 2.5, 3 years. But the other guys I named, all those guys, my boys, Brad and I. Who else? Mir Rice, Ehsan, all those guys. Love you guys to death. I know if I ever call on you guys, you'll all be there for me. And you guys will take a bullet for me just the same way I will take a bullet for you guys. And you guys have proven your loyalty and your friendship to me. And I hope I've done the same thing for you guys. Yeah, Mushtaba, Ahad, Yusuf, Bilal, all you guys, love you guys a lot. You guys are like literally the most important part of my life. There's family, there's school, there's work, and then the other 25% are all of you guys. And obviously Lucas, Anan, Malcolm, Malik, Daniel, Ride or Die. I know you guys are there for me. It's awesome to have friends that you can count on. So yeah, all those guys, I appreciate you guys a lot. that was a story of why I chose the name King. And I want to wrap it up. It's over. It's 20 minutes now, and I don't want to go over that because I'm gonna have another vlog. If not tomorrow, for sure Wednesday, I'm gonna do a Q&A about my previous relationship, if I had any or not, and you guys can ask me questions about that. And if you guys want to send me emails or DMs about you guys having relationships and complications, and you guys want me to give you guys advice how you guys can deal with it and solve it, you guys can do that too. You guys know my emails and Instagram, and obviously you guys can DM me on Instagram. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Stay safe, and I appreciate everybody staying home. I've seen your Instagram stories, all of you, and you guys are following the rules and staying at home and being safe. Keep doing that, and trust me, we're gonna fight this virus, and we can do it for sure. China really did it. They beat this virus. Wuhan is back in business. You know, they're starting to open all their malls again, their railways, their subways, and everything, their metro. So let's do the same thing. That's all I had to say. I love you guys a lot. I don't think I have a lot of editing to do because obviously when you're talking about your life or a life story, you don't have a lot to edit because you know what you're gonna say. And obviously, it's all whatever I'm saying here has it's no BS. I'm a straight shooter. Like I give it to you straight, whatever, whether it's good or bad. And I like it the same way. And everybody knows that are friends with me. And yeah, love you guys a lot. Be safe. Have a good one.